game is one I was very excited about. It's a cooperative storytelling game set in a world of Slavic mythology where appearances may be misleading and it's not always easy to tell good from evil. That's the back of the box. But I was excited about it because, hey, it's Slavic mythology and there's not a lot of games that do it. It's also 1 to 7 players. So I'm going to show you just a bit and we'll be right back. This is not a full overview. I just want to give you a little bit of an idea of what it's like to play this game. Players are going to be various characters, and these characters are going to come with some stats that they have. There's running, hiding, fighting, and communication, and you'll have little clips here to keep track of bonuses that you get to them. You also have spots here to keep cards. It's a nicely put together thing here. You also have a bag where you'll be able to put more cards from various decks. There are a lot of different decks in the game, and you're going to be moving across this board. Now, the board, unfortunately, is kind of like a Candyland style board. There'll be tokens around here for enemies to come, and you'll be flipping tokens over when you find them. And when that happens, you'll be going to the Book of Encounters, where they will have stories about all these different people here. And it's really fascinating stories. And then when you get to them, you're going to need to either run, hide, fight, or communicate with them, and then you'll be successful or not, and then it will tell you a little bit about what happens. The whole time you're doing this, you're searching for some kids who are running around. The rule book is here. It's not particularly clear. We'll come back to that later. You're also going to have this board keeping track of whether it's day or night and who you might run into. The rest of this box has all these encounter cards in here and different things like you might run across a turtle, or you might run across this magic object, or there are leaves or things that you can find. And then here are different events that might happen. And then the rest of the box is miniatures. I'm just showing you the cards here. Here are the clips that you stick on the cards. And then underneath that are all the different miniatures for the game. And over here are the big miniatures. And then a cup with dice that you roll with different symbols that you might need for various encounters that you have. So it's a cooperative game. You're trying to go find these kids, bring them back without, these monsters causing you a lot of grief and pain. Okay, let's start with the good, the Slavic mythology part. Really well done. The production is pretty good. The box here could have been dropped a bit. I think there's too many components for the game. But this book, and you look at the artwork in it, I mean, wow, that's really cool. There's different creatures that you'll run into. I mean, these kids, I feel bad for these kids that are out there. They're gonna get gobbled up by all these monsters and things like that. This game, though, doesn't ever feel like a game. And it feels like you're moving some pieces around, and then you'll eventually pop into one of these encounters, and then you look at the encounter, you're like, well, this creature, you can run from it, fight it, or communicate with it, but the easiest thing to do from it is hide. Then we're going to hide. And that's where I think it's a problem, because yes, there might be some things. Sometimes they'll be like, do you have this card? I'm like, no. We never randomly drew that card. The card draw is like crazy random. Running into the monsters is random. So the randomness is a big problem for me in this game. But another big problem for me in this game is that, yes, it's neat. The first time you get to this witch, you can read this whole thing. And then you interact with her. And then the next time you run into the witch, guess what? It's the same thing all over again. So this is almost a one-time playthrough. Maybe not, because I don't think you'll run into all the creatures each time. There's a lot of text, a lot of stuff. But it's covering up the fact that there's really a bare bones game here. I don't know that my decisions matter much at all. There's these, find items and stuff, and sometimes you just, the luck is really bad. And the rules are terrible, frankly, on how to play the game. It's a very, very bad rule book. So all that mixes together to be a game I cannot recommend here. There's a lot to like about this game. It's a beautiful production in many ways, but I have to give this one a 5 out of 10 because there's just not the game there to back up the cool mythology that's in it, which really makes me sad.